Well, here we go for posterity. Starting to set the motor in. Kind of excited. It took me a long time to get to this point. So we'll just start putting it in, and I have to drill my bolt holes and stuff. See what happens. Yeah, that's roughly where it goes. I need to measure it exactly in the center, but we're awfully close to where it goes. Scratch my frame up a little getting it in, but that's alright. I can always repaint that. That's no big deal. But the motor's pretty much where it needs to go. I'll move it around a little more and then mark the holes, pull it out and drill it, and then we'll mount it in solid. Well, there it is, sitting on its own. It's finally in the frame. Now I gotta do some tap into this rear flywheel here, or the crankshaft, put the flywheel on it. And quite a bit of other stuff, but at least the motor's in the frame now. And got my motor mount holes drilled. Looks like it might be a little bit of a problem to get a bolt on the bottom of them there. Just don't have enough room between the bolt and the frame. Anyway, that's something I'll work out if I have to cut a little piece of the frame out, or even. Anyway, it's in. Move on to the next thing. I got that all threaded and adapter in, flywheel in, bolts all in. Looks pretty good. Now I need to put the transmission adapter plate on it, and then I can kind of set the transmission in and see where I'm at. That's pretty much it. Put the adapter plate on and it's all ready to go. Next thing, I just have to put my transmission up there. I don't know. Just looking at it from here, it looks like it might be interfering with that firewall. I've got it set roughly where it needs to go. I don't know. Maybe it drops down enough to clear my thing. If not, I'll have to cut it up. Anyway, motor's in finally. Looks good. Paint looks great on it. So, starting the assembly. From now on, it'll be kind of downhill. I think one of the first things I'll do is get that motor all ready and fire it up. I'm anxious to hear it run just to see what it sounds like. I decided I was going to do my transmission and everything, rather than put it in and then try to adjust it and take it out and then clean it. I figured I'd just put the torque converter and everything in one shot. It's been sitting around for a while, had some water in it, but I brushed it up good, cleaned it with gas, and then I've cleaned the inside of this thing with the lacquer thinner and blew it all out good with air. I've got my pan here. It's pretty beat up from being drug around and everything, but I'm just gonna hammer all the dents out of it and get it flat. I'm gonna put it back on and then just paint the whole thing. Well, there's Mr. Transmission painted. Was gonna polish it with a wire brush. But I didn't. This is just much much faster. I've been here all day with a wire brush and my arm's sore. So I just squirted it with this aluminum paint. I tried to put it on as wet as I could. I don't know if it's going to work out or not, but it should look pretty good. The manifolds turn out to be pretty hard, so maybe this will too. And I can get busy putting the rest of this together. And of course, problems never stop. This balancer was up on here and wouldn't fit the flywheel, so I had to drill it out. I'm going to have to move it down here someplace and then cut it, so hopefully the starter and everything will clear. I don't know what the tolerance is there, but I'm not real happy about that. I don't know what the physics of this 2 or 3 ounce piece of metal is, but I think what I'm going to try to do is just cut off a piece here. I'll probably lose less weight doing that, and hopefully that'll get it to where it'll clear everything. It'll be out of balance a little bit, but that's the way it goes. I don't know how well I did here. This is a piece I cut off. I cut 2 pieces off the end here, and I just moved them to the inside and tack welded them. So hopefully this will clear. I put a little weld in here. This is nowhere near the size of this, but it might be within a couple grams of where it was. I don't really want to weld on this torque converter too much. I've been doing it slow and trying to keep it cool. I'm just going to clean this up and paint it, and it's either going to vibrate or it won't. We'll find out when it runs. Yeah, I got it in. Looks like my little plate here was pretty successful. I'm able to pretty much get a piece of paper in it. It might be contacting a little bit in there, but I can't see any problems with it, so anything that might be bent a little shouldn't make any difference. So that's that on that one. That's in. Now I can go back here to Mr. Transmission, finish putting it together, and then I can be able to slide it in. Transmission's all back together once more, and I lowered my motor, the back of my motor down, so got a bit of an angle on that. So that should be enough to clear my firewall and stuff for sure there now. Got to thinking about it, I will have to cut that firewall, but at least at this point I can get the transmission in and make sure it's all mounted good, and figure out my rear mount there. So hopefully by the end of the day I'll have this all done.